News Radio, WNBF, WNBF.com, and stay connected with us on the WNBF app. It's free. Make sure it's on your phone. Good morning. It's 9:31. Bob Joseph with you until 10. And we welcome back to the program New York State Senate candidate Leslie Danks Burke. And I have to say, we are living in interesting times. Good morning. Welcome back.
Good morning, Bob. It is certainly an interesting political time, but that's what makes it fun to get engaged, right?
Well, I have to say it's great if you are hosting a radio talk show in upstate New York. I can't imagine being a state Senate candidate or a congressional candidate, and now everything is totally up in the air because people don't know what district they're going to be running in.
You know who's really getting hurt in this, Bob, is the voters. And it isn't new, unfortunately. We've seen for the last year that voters upstate don't know who their representatives are because Albany didn't get it together to draw the lines fast enough. And now we're dealing with the fallout from that. So honestly, as a voter, I am deeply distressed that our legislators are not getting it done.
So what does this mean, though, for you as a candidate now that, in some regard, all bets are off? I mean, you may have some sort of general idea about how things will shape up once all the dust settles, but it can't be particularly a happy situation for you and all the other candidates, whether in the southern tier or any other part of New York State, with so many unknown factors, and we won't know for a while now. So you're right, the voters are going to be more confused than ever, but we're also going to wind up with a bunch of generally confused candidates as well, at least for a while.
Well, that's sure true. It isn't a new situation for me, Bob. When I announced my campaign back in October, we did not know district lines at that point, and I announced and said I'm running against any one of 4 Republican incumbents. Let's get real. We are represented by Republicans up here who simply have not gotten the job done across about a 14-county area, and my home lands smack in the middle of that area, and when I announced my campaign, I said I'll run against any one of those Republicans, and that's just the situation I'm back in. And just to reiterate what I said at the top of the program here, I think it's about making sure that we raise a voice. I think it's about making sure that the voters have an opportunity to participate in government the way we, the people, are supposed to. And I'm ready to get that job done.
We're chatting with a Democratic candidate for state Senate, Leslie Danks Burke, and one thing that you're talking about this week is the impact that the proposed FEMA flood maps are going to have on so many communities in this part of New York State. I know a fair number of people in Broome and Tioga counties are very worried about what's ahead because of these changes.
Well, we just saw across the southern tier a snowstorm that put tens of thousands of people out of power for days on end. We see flooding happening more and more regularly. Climate change is here, and there's no doubt about that, but we are not prepared. And again, I take issue with the Republicans who have been representing our region who simply have not been planning in advance. They have not been prepared, and we are seeing the real cost of that today. People are going to see their property tax, their property values plummet. They're going to see their property taxes go up in order to cover the costs. And most of all, we're going to see requirements for flood insurance that are really going to hit families where it hurts in their pocketbooks. And all of that is the real cost of inaction on climate change. You can plan in advance for climate mitigation. We can build up our creek beds. We can invest in our roadways and our infrastructure. We can invest in our power lines. I hold NYSEG to task, too, for what happened last week with downed power lines. There's been a real lack of investment by that company over recent decades in maintenance, regular day-to-day maintenance. They've laid off union jobs. There's supposed to be union folks out there fixing those lines on a regular basis so they can withstand a storm. We've seen that NYSEG has been laying off those folks and not investing in that day-to-day maintenance, and that's why we end up with the challenges that we have.
So if you become senator representing this region, what is the first thing that you would do to try to address the climate change issues that are having a big impact on not just the climate, but so many other things, the ripple effect with the impact of climate change? What legislation would you propose?
The first thing that we have to do is get those infrastructure dollars that were already promised here. Now, let me tell you, Bob, when you go fill up your car at the pump, every time you pay for a tank of gas, you pay a few extra cents on the dollar that is supposed to be a tax that goes to upstate infrastructure. And they put that tax into place a long time ago to pay for upstate roads and bridges and culverts and creek beds and all the things that we need to maintain across this huge geographic area. But every single year, the state legislature reroutes that money. And folks like Donna Lupardo and Jason Garner are doing heroes work by standing up and trying to eke as much money as they can out of the coffers that was promised, but we're not getting the money that was promised. So when you ask what I'm going to do as a state senator first to address this, I'm going to stand up and say, look, y'all promised us this money. We need to get it here because our infrastructure is really suffering.
Leslie Danks Burke, a Democratic candidate for state senate. The district lines still to be determined, as we say on radio, and apparently in politics here in New York. Stay tuned so you know what district you're in. Thank you very much for joining us. I know we'll speak again in the not-too-distant future.
Appreciate it, Bob. Doing good work. Take care.
Take care. It's 9:38. We're live and local on News Radio, WNBF and WNBF.com. Coming up, we'll take some of your calls. If you have some thoughts about local issues or state politics or anything else, feel free to call us at 607-772-1290 or send an email to bob@WNBF.com.